Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Boink Studios, and check us out on boinkstudios.com, where you can see all of our projects, past, present, and future. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. We're back once again here on Facebook Live. Glad you are with us. We're also recording today. The show will post on YouTube and is always available on boinkstudios.com. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. This is episode number 164, and yes, we're moving right along here on Facebook Live. I want to thank everyone for joining us here, of course, and for coming back each and every week. Much thanks to Heidi, Ryan, and the whole crew at Wrestling Rumors for giving us this platform. We do greatly appreciate it. So episode number 163 was the 2019 Christmas show. We brought tidings of great joy and did all we could to be as festive as possible. Well, okay, it was bittersweet, but we're moving forward, folks. Remember what we always say, always forward, forward always. The Christmas season is behind us now, and we're on to the new year. So this time, the main event is the 2019 Pro Wrestling Year in Review. How does that sound to you? I like it. I love it. I think it's cool. So, what did you guys think of 2009? Yeah, boo work. You're right about that, Jeff. What did you guys think about 2019? What was your feelings on 2019? What was your favorite parts about 2019? Who was the superstar of the year to you, in your opinion, of 2019? You guys see whose shirt I'm wearing, right? A lot of people feel that John Moxley's best year was 2019. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find any evidence to the contrary. I think he had a tremendous year. Breakout year for that guy for sure. Getting back in the swing of things, rediscovering his love for the pro wrestling business, which is always a big deal, which happens more often than not with guys and gals who get out from underneath WWE. Just saying. So yeah, we got a couple of comments already. CM Punk, everybody's predicting Punk at the Rumble. I don't know, man. Maybe. Brains out. Yep. Tom is the man behind the mask. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Brainiac. I like that. It's a good gimmick. I have to speak in a very different tone if I go with the DC Comics version of Brainiac, right? Lon and Liv Morgan. Yeah, Jeff, you're right about that. I didn't see that coming either. All right, so Lance is already chiming in. Okada versus Ospreay match of the year was fantastic. Gargano versus Cole, fantastic as well. Let's see. So what are we thinking about? Hello, Gail. How are you? Darby Allin. Ooh, Mike said, do you think Darby Allin's superstar of the year? I say superstar. You guys know that's a WWE term, right? I used that in the HVW live video earlier, too. I hate I did that. I didn't mean to do that, but Rebecca says it was a roller coaster as far as talent. Keith Lee was amazing. The moves he can do for his size. Yeah, you're right about that. What's up, Mark? Jeff says Randy tricked me with that speech. Yeah, he had everybody going. But so, Jeff, here's my question for you. You've been watching this for a while, right? Top fan of the show, right? What purpose did that serve? I mean, wasn't it sort of a heel tactic, for one thing? Number two, what purpose did it serve? Couldn't he have just hit the RKO out of nowhere and it didn't matter? I mean, was the ploy that he would be down there without the OC with him, without the, is that what the plan was, so that Randy could catch him off guard? He catches him off guard anyway. To me, it would have made more sense if AJ had been physically untouchable for a while and Randy could never get his hands on him because of circumstances or whatever. And then he pulled the injury ruse and then got his hands on him. Am I wrong about that? It just feels like it just wasn't necessary. I don't know. Don says, as of last night, Dustin Rhodes has wrestled in 5 decades. Wow. 80s, 90s. Has he? Yeah. 1980, 1990, 2000. That would be 4 decades, right? He didn't wrestle in the 70s, did he? I didn't think Dustin was that old. Maybe you're right, Don. Robbie, you saw that dude named Tom Clark promoting HVW? I saw that guy too. He's a handsome son of a gun, isn't he? Luca, is that your name? That's the name. So you think Edge? A lot of people are predicting Edge for the Rumble. Yes, he says he's done. I don't know. We'll see. When Roman Reigns was getting attacked backstage, when I never knew who it was. Yeah, that was a bit silly, right? So who was it said 2 weeks ago that what's his name? Josephus is the question mark in the NWA. Makes sense. I don't know, Mark. I don't know about that, about Edge coming back. He said he's done, so he certainly didn't have a 2019 to speak of, although he did make physical contact for the first time since he retired with that spear on Elias, right? Tony says, so Shane says, looking forward to AEW's tribute to Memphis Wrestling next week. Yeah, for sure. I think that's going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to it. Tony said 2019 had great matches, but storylines are terrible in all promotions. I agree with that 100%. 100%. So, yeah. It is 2020 now, Michael. Well done. Randy being cerebral like Hunter, even Flair knows how to play. Yeah, I guess, but I still don't know what the point of all of it was, you know? He could get his hands on him anytime he wanted to, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Who's carrying New Japan Pro Wrestling on TV? I thought Access still had them. Do they not? Hello, Montrese. How are you? WWE using social media to swerve the fans. Victor, WWE uses every tool at their disposal to swerve the fans. Believe that. Social media is just one of them. Seth to win the Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Will says, do you think Jeff Hardy will return at the Rumble to attack The Fiend? Possible. That'd make sense. Jay says, hope Roman isn't in the main event again. It's getting old. Sandy in Germany. I can always count on you, my friend, to say hi from Germany. Hi from Tom in America. Thank you for hanging out. Well, Sheamus is on his way back, Kevin. I wrote a column last week. I think I've written 4 columns in the past month, and that's it. Right? But I wrote a column speculating on Sheamus coming back as a babyface, which if I were the guy running the show, I would definitely do that. Robin says CM Punk in the Rumble. Yeah. No, I don't think Edge is coming back. Me and my shadow.
Oh my god.
Why are you out of breath, man?
Because
I've
been playing basketball.
Hey, pro wrestling, Wrestling Rumors fans, the fans. You guys know him. You love him. He's sweaty. He's out of breath.
I'm just wet.
Is it raining again?
It started pouring down rain a little bit just now.
Well, somebody wanted a basketball goal with their money, Christmas money, and guess who put it together? I'm the sucker that put it together. Yeah.
Hey, doggy.
So it's fun though. Hey, Wolf, what's up? Jason, I don't know if I'd put the bar back together. I don't think you need to. I think it'd be good for Cesaro because they've not proven anything by him. They've not proven they can do anything for Cesaro on a singles level. No matter what anybody says, right? They always put him with somebody. Like, let the guy stand on his own. Even when they tried or wanted to, they dropped the ball on it. So, let's see. Yep, everyone's saying hello to you, son.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised the dog's letting me sit beside him right now.
I know. Mark says, I heard Keith Lee get a main roster call. Man, Keith better hope he doesn't get a main roster call up because more often than not, that does not work out. Jenna says this year will be better. Is AEW going to go ahead here for the entire year? Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be better because of that, but I think once we approach the year anniversary of AEW going live, which is in October, be interested to see where they've come in 12 months. Have they advanced the storylines? Have they done something new? Have they done something different? That's what I want to see from AEW, but I don't know if it's going to happen. What's up, Rebecca? Do you think Kelly Klein will shut out of AEW due to her divorce? What?
Yes.
Shut out of it? No, I don't. No, at
yes.
all. You don't even know what you're talking about. No, I don't think Edge is coming back. To everyone asking, in my humble opinion, I don't think he's coming back. No, that's just my... Man, Maxwell, you're killing me. I don't think he's coming back. He signed a new contract with WWE, but don't let that fool you. That could be a Legends contract. It could be an appearance contract. He can end up being somebody's manager or a stupid GM role again for if they decide to go that route, or as a trainer or something. I'm not saying it won't be something on TV, but... I don't know. Everybody's speculating on him, dude. I don't know. Drop Edge on his neck one good hard time in the middle of the ring and see what happens. Same deal with Austin. Anybody out there begging and pleading to see these guys in the ring again should really think about that. I mean, neither guy is young anymore, to be honest. You got to think about, but here's what have we said before? What have we said before, man? What have we said? How many times have we said this before? If they're both physically healthy, if they feel good, if they're mentally healthy, and the families are for it and they want to do it, more power to them. But in my opinion, no, I don't see it. Maxwell, in terms of should Edge come back, that's his call, not my call to make. As I just laid out to you, that's his call and his family's, his doctor, his family, and the company for that matter. If he's healthy and wants to do it, he should do it. If he doesn't want to do it, he shouldn't do it. That's my take on that. It's not up to me to say whether he should or shouldn't. Not my call. Buddy Murphy and Keith Lee seem to have an awesome year. May names themselves. Robbie, I agree with that 100%. Yes, sir, Maxwell. Anytime, my friend. Thank you for watching. What's this new live angle they have going? It feels like Attitude Era, doesn't it? I mean, if she'd stripped down to a thong and bra and stripped Lana down out of her dress, it would have been ECW. You know, they slow dance around this. They tiptoe around Attitude Era stuff and things like that. But, like, is it necessary? Do you really need to do any of that? I don't think so. I'm not trying to crap on it. You guys know I've not been high on Liv Morgan in the past. I'm not high on her now. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. It's all good if you do. Yep, Rebecca, good point. Arn is now Cody Rhodes' head coach. Is the head coach of the Nightmare Family is what they're saying. Is Harlem Heat coming back? So Stevie Ray's teased it on Facebook a lot. We'll see. Can you see even NXT to come up to Raw and SmackDown? James, I don't want to see them come up. I'm being honest with you. Buddy and Alistair has had an amazing rivalry lately. I think, yeah, they're a fantastic rivalry, man, for sure. Lucha Brothers. Yes. Yep. See, Shane says 2020 will be the year of King Corbin. God help us all. Boy, you're right about that, Shane. Bite your tongue clean out of your head. I've had all I can stand of Corbin. Listen, since we're talking about 2019, I've been doing a little something starting in January of 2019. Where is it? This moment of silence brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. Here we go. All right, so you guys be patient with me for just a scoosh. We're going to talk about Match of the Year candidates. I have a couple to throw at you. Not all these, I believe, are technically 100% Match of the Year candidates. But here's what I got. January 4th, starting January 4th, 2019. Are you ready? See how much of this you guys agree with or don't agree with. And by the way, I left off in September. I know what you're thinking. What happened to October, November, December? Tom, what's wrong with you? I get it. So, my bad. Here's what I got. January 4th, 2019. Jericho versus Naito, Wrestle Kingdom 13. Also, January 4th, Omega versus Tanahashi, Wrestle Kingdom 13. January 12th, Pete Dunne versus Joe Coffey, NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. January 26th, War Raiders versus Undisputed Era, TakeOver Phoenix. Also, 26th, Gargano versus Ricochet, TakeOver Phoenix. 27th, Becky Lynch versus Asuka, Royal Rumble. 27th, Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks, Royal Rumble. February 11th, Jay White versus Hiroshi Tanahashi, The New Beginning in Osaka. March 10th, The Shield versus Lashley, McIntyre, and Corbin, Fastlane, which was a fun freaking match. Shut up. March 10th, Ibushi versus Naito, New Japan Cup. March 20th, Velveteen Dream versus Ricochet versus Aleister Black versus Adam Cole versus Matt Riddle, NXT. March 23rd, Okada versus Ishii, New Japan Cup. Fantastic match again. April 5th, Walter versus Pete Dunne, NXT TakeOver New York. And there's a lot to go through here, man, as you can see. April 27th, Nick Aldis versus Marty Scurll, NWA Crockett Cup. I was there. It was a fun show for sure. Anyway, that's just some of the highlights I've got for you. We'll skip down the page. May 25th, Jericho versus Kenny Omega, AEW Double or Nothing. June 1st, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, NXT TakeOver 25. June 5th, Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi. Best of the Super Juniors. Fantastic match, by the way. July 19th, Moxley versus Ishii, G1 Climax. Man, I got a bunch of them. What do you guys think? Will says, will Moxley join Chris Jericho's faction? No, it's all a swerve, I believe. Will NWA keep growing? Maybe give WWE a run for the money. Don, no one's going to listen, Don. No one's going to give WWE a run for the money. Not AEW, not NWA, not HVW. It'd be great. But be honest. Every other company outside of Vince McMahon's world is doing the best they can to establish a niche for themselves and to establish brand notoriety, brand familiarity, and to establish a foothold for their brand in the pro wrestling business. AEW is one of them. NWA is one of them. Impact Wrestling is one of them, we think. New Japan Pro Wrestling is one of them. No one's going to give WWE a run for the money. Get that out of your head if you can, if it's possible. I know it's hard. Thank you. Yeah, Rebecca called me on the Green Acres reference. My bad. What's up, Nathan? Alyssa, have you watched the show before? How are you? Not happy Seth Rollins heel turn feel forced to me again. Protecting Roman Reigns that may be over. Never be over. Strangers feel cancer staged him to get sympathy because... Okay, it's a lot to unpack, but I think I get the gist of what you're saying. A lot of people are not happy with Seth's heel turn because no, it didn't make sense at all. Bandito versus Ospreay. Yes, Lance. Is that on my list? I don't think it's on my list. Huh. I got Okada versus Ospreay, July 20th, G1 Climax. For sure. I don't have that on here. Good call, though. A lot of great matches in 2019. What's the best show I went to? Okay, so the best show I went to in 2019, if I'm being honest, was probably a PWX show. Because my kid had such a fun time. It was the most fun my kids ever had at a PWX show because the main event was like a 6-man ladder match. Maybe it was 8-man. I can't remember how many dudes it was in there. But, man, my kid had a blast at that show. So it made it fun for me. It was a good show anyway, but it really made it fun because of that. So maybe not best overall quality, but it was the most fun I think I've had. Jamel says, I was so hoping that with so much wrestling, WWE would step up their game. You know, Jamel makes a great point. Jamel, thank you for that. We all assume that the presence of AEW, the presence of NWA, the presence of New Japan Pro Wrestling, all this other stuff, would cause WWE, as you said, to step up their game. Here's what I know for sure. WWE's doing what they've always done. They're not going to change for you or anybody else, okay? They're not going to act like anyone else is bothering them. They're not going to act like they care about anyone else. They're going to do what they're going to do because they believe they're doing the right thing all the time. Toby, what's up, my friend? How are you? Tim says, have you heard anything about Steve Austin going to SmackDown to be... Tim, you didn't finish your thought. What's up, Alma? How are you? Sorry I haven't returned your messages. Hope you're doing well today. Chip, what's going on? What do you think of Seth with AOP? I'm okay with it. Everybody wants him to have a name. I guess they could have a name. People are talking about the Shields of... What do they call them? The authors of S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Shields of Pain? I don't know, some nonsense. But people have to have names, don't they? Got to brand everything. Mark says, I love the NWA. TV champion. Oh, I love the World Television Championship belt. It's always been my favorite title of all time. Bar none. I love it. Even over the Winged Eagle belt from WWE. Everybody loves that belt. But man, for me, the classic NWA World Television title for sure. Jenna says, I'm going to see WWE for my third. Well, happy early birthday, Jenna. Hope you have fun. Chip, it's all right, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Chris says, biggest prize of 2019, in your opinion? I don't know. Chris with a great question. Great question. Alma's enjoying Denny's. Alma, eat up. It's all bad for you. Have some fruit. Trust me, I got to take my own advice. I've been eating like a dog for the past few months. But I do love it. In fact, me and the boy are probably going to go to Waffle House today. Again, terrible food, but it's so freaking good. Yep. So, Chris, great question. Biggest surprise of 2019? I don't know. You're forcing me to go back and think about the year in review, which is kind of what the name of the show is. It was my idea. Look at me. Biggest surprise of the year 2019. I don't know. I would say Moxley. I would say the whole thing. Because how many of us really thought that Ambrose was actually leaving? People really thought it was a work. But the moment that that it'd be announced that he was gone, I had a couple, 2-3 people giving me some side, messages saying, Tom, this is legit. I'm not going to tell you who. What am I going to do? Tell you who? But anyway. We were all kind of holding our breath to see what was going to happen. I think that was pretty well a good surprise that he left the way he did and that they let him leave. Maybe the biggest surprise is they let him leave the way that they did. When they try to step all over everybody. Lance says NXT Japan will fail because Japanese companies and fans. So are they moving forward with the idea of NXT Japan? Because there's been rumors about that for a long time with the idea of NXT Japan. I think it's a terrible idea. I don't think they can do business in Japan like other companies can. To go into Japan for sure, you have to establish a rapport with those folks and to get yourself into the culture. You can't just step in like they did to England. It's not like that much of an easy transition. I don't believe. That's everything I've heard and read and been told. You can't just step into Japan and expect to be accepted, expect to be just jump right in head first. Having said that, WWE has more money than God at this point. So, I don't know. We'll see if they can make it happen or not. But I agree. I don't think it should happen at all. King Will. Can't beat that. Joe needs to join Seth and EOP. Now that's a faction. Yeah, but I think he's more exciting on the other side. But I agree with you. And don't be surprised if it happens, because Joe is a natural heel. Your thoughts on Sullivan being in a porn movie? Jeff, I have no thoughts on Lars Sullivan being in a porn movie. There you go. I got nothing. What's up, Tim? Tammy, what's up? Shane says, did you see Colt Cabana kiss Joey Ryan? You know where? I didn't see it. I don't want to see it. I love Colt. Colt does sometimes too much comedy for my liking, if I'm being honest with you. I don't really care for it too much. What is your question about CM Punk? LDJ Shoji Vega. Kenta joined Bullet Club. Yeah, okay, Lance. That's a good one. Lance bringing the New Japan angle here, because I appreciate that. Yeah, him joining. Well, how about, okay, here's a big surprise for me in 2019. Not just Kenta joining, but, oh, God, help me out here. Shibata beating the living dog crap out of him. Oh, my God. Did you see that coming? That was more explosive than Edge's spear after X number of years not touching anybody. Shibata, your boy, my God, doing that. Like, we all thought Shibata was done. And then he gets involved like that? Jeez, shut up. That was intense, man. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. Kevin says, what is your all-time favorite match? God, that's a big one, Kev. Mine would be Michaels versus Benjamin, I believe. Wow, that's an interesting choice. Kevin, how long have you been watching wrestling, man? For that to be your favorite match. No disrespect. I'm curious. Chip says, I think they're not going to do it. They were burying small companies to get the talent. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Travis? Thanks for hanging out. Any Velveteen Dream? I don't have anything marked for you on the Dream. Nate Dogg. What's up? Nate Dogg says, what should be the New Year's resolutions for Cody, Adam Cole, Tony Storm, and Tessa Blanchard? Cody's New Year's resolution should be to help get AEW to the next level. I think they're doing a fine job. No one should rush that company, but I think that there's some things they could do to take the next step. So I think what he could do is do something for the sake of the overall storylines. I'm not saying have a storyline writing team. You don't need that. You didn't need that before. You don't need it now. But you need somebody that with cohesive storylines up and down the board. You need to stop using so many similar gimmicks. Cody's the man. So I think if I'm him, that's one of my New Year's resolutions. Adam Cole. People talk about Adam Cole being on the main roster. I don't think it's a good idea. I think if you put Adam Cole on the main roster, you need to do right by him, and that's a tall order. So I think Adam Cole's thing, because he's a pro wrestler, Adam Cole's next. In his mind, Cole's probably at the point where he's like, okay, I've done everything. Because when it comes to these guys and gals, man, you got to remember, for them, the most fun of this business is in the challenge. Once they've gone as far as they can go, they're like, okay, what's next? What can I do now? So I think Adam Cole will be on the main roster sometime in 2020. So, the idea for him would be is just pursue it as hard as he can, and if he's not happy with creative, to tell them he's not happy. Remind them of the work he's put in to help NXT get to where they are. And don't settle for anything that's second best. Tony Storm, I love Tony Storm. Just keep plugging away, man. You know what I mean? Get healthy, stay healthy, plug away at it. I think Tony Storm could be the biggest female pro wrestler, female superstar in WWE. Tessa Blanchard, keep doing what you're doing. I'd like to see Tessa stop wrestling men every 2 seconds, but that's just my take on it. There you go. Who really cares what the dude did before in his life? Chip, who are we talking about? What the dude did before in his life. Chip, remind me who you're talking about. Chris says, who stepped up in 2019, in your opinion, each organization, brand, only one for company? Who stepped up? God, you put me on the spot. I don't know, man. Yeah, Shibata's not, well, I don't know, man. I don't know, Lance, maybe. That's a good one, Chris. I don't know if I got anything for you. Mark says, I heard they want to do a Cena versus Undertaker Mania and loser retires. I don't want to see anything, Mark, any more to do with Undertaker in a match where the loser is done. They've already teased it. They didn't come through with it. They teased the crap out of it. They didn't do it. I don't want to see it again. Just let Taker go out on his shield. Just let him go out on his shield the way he wants to go out and just be done with it, however that means. Hello, I'm fine. How are you? Salam from my side. Well, thank you very much for that. Adil, yes? What do you think? Is Oscar on her way to get the brass ring? Could be. I like her and Kari Sane together. I love those two together, actually. But we'll see what happens. Thank you for that, by the way. Toby says, he's got a 2020 prediction. Ronda, surprise entrant, Royal Rumble, wins and beats Becky at Mania. Toby, listen, I don't hate that, but doesn't it undo Becky's win at WrestleMania this year? In 2019? Doesn't it kind of undo that? I wouldn't undo that. I get where you're coming from, but I wouldn't undo it. Do you think there's a partnership between AEW and New Japan because if Tana beats Jericho? Good point. I wrote about that too, that if Jericho beats if Jericho... Rewind. If Tana beats Chris Jericho, Wrestle Kingdom, he gets a shot at the AEW Championship. I would love to see it. Listen, New Japan and AEW, for the sake of the future of both companies, for the sake of their prosperity, for the sake of flourishing, for the sake of growing, for the sake of building upon what's already great foundations, are asinine and ridiculous for not working together to begin with, okay? And honestly, Ring of Honor needs to get in there too. Now, is Tom talking about a three-way to destroy WWE? No. What I am talking about is there's not enough cooperation in the pro wrestling business at all. I'm a firm believer that not give WWE a run for the money. I told you before I don't think that's possible. But to become a viable, strong, money-making number two that's hitting the ratings mark, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Jose. Happy New Year to you as well. Joshua says if Adam does leave to go to the main roster, I think they should keep the Undisputed Era going. Like it's always a faction. Maybe after one leaves, add a woman or Kevin Thorne. Kevin Thorne? Really? Did you say Kevin Thorne? Interesting. Not talking about Lars. Oh, Chip, I see. I got you, Lars. Chip, sorry. Woo! Yeah, I got you, Chip. Io Shirai did step up, Nate. You're right about that. So, Chip, here's why. And Chip's got a good point. Chip's like, what do people care what he did this for? I'm like, you know why? Because the guy was homophobic online. He was a jerk. That's why people care. If this thing had just popped up, I'd be with you. And I'd say, leave the guy alone. Whatever your personal preference is, you want to do crazy things on camera for money, go with God. I don't care. It's your life. Have fun. Whatever. I don't care. Right? But the dude was flat out a jerk online. That's why people care about this. If you set yourself up as being holier than thou, you better be freaking sure that you don't have any bullets that somebody can put in the chamber to fire at you. And he didn't do that, did he? How you like the team of Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens? I'm for it, Shane. I like both those guys. Black and Undertaker and Black retires Undertaker. Kevin, I don't see it. I know where your head's at, but I don't see it. Earl, I guess that makes sense. Larry says, I actually think NXT guys like Cole should go to the main roster for no other reason than to make room for new talent. Well, Larry, great point, dude. Because every time a talents hang on, it does not pave the way for other talents to step up. You're 100% right. I totally agree with that idea. Justin, Happy New Year's to you as well. We've been talking about Rollins with APA as well. APA? AOP. Rollins with the APA, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? They'd probably, have him for lunch. They gave Keith a major win over Seth and also had a great match with Reigns. Mark, you're right about that. He stepped up as well. Detroit Rock City. Mark's talking about Detroit Rock City. Good Lord. Are you watching a movie while you're watching the show? Jeez, am I not entertaining enough for you to have to sing and dance and stuff? Jeez. Biggest loss of 2019 for wrestlers passing away. Chris, I don't know, man. You guys can talk about that. That's kind of not my topic today. Earl said, do you think Moxley will join or will he play them into thinking, oh no, dude, Jericho's doing this as a character because he doesn't want to face Moxley because he knows he's going to lose. We all know that's what this is, right? It's a ploy to get him to push John away so John's not trying to wrestle him for the belt. That's what it is. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate that. Aaron says, what if Tessa jumps to WWE and wins the men's Raw? Ugh. Listen, Aaron, I'm not in love with that because, again, I'm not in love with Tessa wrestling men, but that's my own personal opinion. I see where you're coming from. What's up with John Morrison? King Will says, they're waiting for the right time to pop him onto TV. My guess is that he's in the Royal Rumble. That's my guess. Rumors about Kane returning to fight Brock again. No real entertainment skills, completely overrated. Justin, I can't say that he's overrated. He's trained. I think he's competent in the ring. Don't know if he's competent with just anybody in the ring. Somebody that would take care of him and help him, obviously, would be a much better idea. But he signed a contract with WWE. He's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. But I don't see another match with Brock. I think it's a bad idea. I think he had an opportunity to beat him in Saudi, and they didn't put him over, so it is what it is. Rebecca says, please no, just start wrestling women and further the women's division. Yeah, I'm with Rebecca on that one. Shane with a prediction, NWA gets a huge TV deal. Well, I don't know about huge, but it'd be nice to see them get something. Watching Toby, I watched the wedding via YouTube clip because that's how I avoid pain, my friend, because I don't want to put myself through that. For sure. Buddy Murphy tag team champions with Aleister Black. Watch them go that way. Jose called it. Anytime you have guys in a hot rivalry like that, more often than not, WWE puts them together either before, after, or during. Yeah, you know what? Go. Tom, you're going to be going to Comedy Zone this week. No, Matthew, I didn't get tickets, man. I didn't get tickets to go to the Comedy Zone. I didn't know he was going to be there next week. Jeez. Matthew, you're local, aren't you? Aren't you local, man? I think you are. Nah, dude, I didn't know it was down there. Thanks. Joshua, what's up? Josh, I'm guessing you're in Australia, yes? Good day to you, sir. Happy New Year to you as well. Have Morrison tag team with The Miz again. Nah, no. I'm a firm believer in not going back to the past. Bringing Matt and Jeff back together a couple years ago at Mania, that's one thing. But putting guys back together for the sake of, well, we don't know what else to do with them, I'm not down with that. That's just me talking. Who plays better mind games, Chris or Mox? Mox doesn't really play mind games, right? Mox just goes. You know, Mox is like a rabid dog, dude. Just sick him, and he's gone, right? So mind games, Chris Jericho, but they're blatantly obvious mind games because he's such a cocky heel. Yeah, Matthew, same here. Conover, North Carolina. Matthew, you gonna come to HVW January 25th? You should come, man. Directions are online on the website. Get your ticket, man. It's on Eventbrite. Hear that? We're not answering the phone. My apologies for the sound being on. Let's turn the sound off. Phone's been blowing up this morning. I have no idea why. My apologies for that. So, yeah, come to the show, man. I think you'll dig it. We're going to have loads of fun that night, man. See, Strowman should have been champ against Lesnar the second time they went at it, but I feel like Strowman will get that chance. All right, so I've said this multiple times here on the show, but I stick to my guns no matter what happens. I always stick to my guns on this. Braun Strowman is a spoiler. He's not meant to be the top guy. He's not meant to be a top guy. Braun Strowman is a spoiler. He's the guy that gets in the way of the champ, or he's the guy that gets in the way of the guy on the way to becoming the champ. That's what he is. He will be heel or babyface as they see fit, and he will do what he can do to entertain the crowd. And you know, I love his effort. Seems to have a great attitude, and he's settled in, and they seem to like him. I don't think they love him, and that's obvious by his positioning in the company. But that's Tom's take. You might have a different point of view, and maybe my point of view is way off the mark. But I've always looked at Braun Strowman as being a spoiler because I think that's how WWE wants to book him. If MLW merged with Impact, it would be on TV. Just a thought. Well, that's an idea. MLW is a very edgy product compared to Impact because they got Contra Unit. That's a very edgy faction. Don't know if Impact will be ready for that. Impact's hard to watch, and I don't wish any ill will on Impact Wrestling at all. I want them to succeed for sure, but I just don't see it. You could be right. We'll see what happens. Arn Anderson will turn on Cody to start his rivalry with him from his rivalry with his father. I guess, Chris, but what's the end game for that? Does he have a wrestler to join him? Like Tully's got... help me out here. Who's Tully got? Oh! It's missing. The 10 guy. 10. Jeez, I can't believe I forgot his name. We'll see. Someone throw me his name, please. No, that's not it. I can't remember. Yikes. Toad Blanchard and... My brain's been scrambled for the better part of a month. I'm not going to lie to you. Do you like how they are booking the elite? I guess they sort of... Matthew's going to be at Resurrected. Matt, get your ticket, man. Get you a ringside seat. When you're at the show, be sure you introduce yourself, man. That's awesome. Matthew, bring some friends, dude. You got friends or family that want to come to the show, man. You know how to... We'll hook them up. Well, I can't say we'll hook them up. I'm not doing freebies. I hate that. But this is our first show, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to sell some tickets, right? You know what I mean, right? So, yeah, man, if you're coming, dude, for sure, bring your friends, man. It's not that far away, honestly. Really. I mean, a little bit of a drive. Not too bad. Where do you think WWE is taking Daniel Bryan through this new story? I don't know. Jenna, thanks for hanging out. I like Daniel a lot. We'll see what happens. I don't think he's got any business wrestling Bray Wyatt again, but that's just me talking. Jericho is the first AEW champ. He is the first AEW champ. Ron. You lost me. Why didn't Brother Love come out to preside over the nuptials of Lana and Bobby Lashley? He would have taken the segment over the cliff. Oh my God, that would have been awesome. No, for real. I would have, yeah, dude, yeah. Anybody's better than Slick, right? And whoever they got, the actor, whatever actor they got, was not great, right? I would have been okay with that. At least it would have been fun to watch. Him with the painted red face screaming stuff. At least it would have been entertaining, because what we got was nowhere near entertaining. Strowman should get something. He deserves it. So, Jeff, here's my comment on that. Real quick on Strowman, then I'll move on. As far as what he deserves, is he happy? Is he okay? Is he making money? Is he good? Braun, are you good? Because if Braun's good, that's all that matters, right? How happy are you in your job? Are you good? I mean, we could all want to make more money, right? But are you fairly good? If you're good, you're good. That's kind of where I'm at on that. He says, where's the face palm pick? Would you think he'd be good in AEW? I don't know. Sean Spears, thank you, Chip. My God in heaven. Thank you, guys. Yikes. How did I forget that? Crazy. Thank you, everybody. Brain explosion there. You have a wrestler who reminds me of a young Arn Anderson. His promos are outstanding. Oh, Shane. Who are you talking about? I'm not sure who you're talking about. Shane, we've got a great roster, man. If any of you folks out there, and I don't think Heidi will mind too much. Hi, Heidi. Hope you're watching the show. Hopefully she won't mind too much. If any of you guys are in the Southeast, all right, the Mid-Atlantic region, the Carolinas, South Carolina, Tennessee, North Carolina, you want to come see a quality pro wrestling show, Saturday, January 25th, High Velocity Wrestling. Don't miss it. Tickets are available. It's all over the Facebook page. It's all over High Velocity Wrestling Facebook page. Boom. All right. Bring on the Briscoe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You may be seeing the Briscoes in HVW rings sooner than later. I'm all for it. I love Mark and Jay. I'm still not sold on the camera. You guys see it, right? Ugh. I feel like it's a whole lot of Tom. A whole lot of Tom is not a good thing sometimes, right? Especially when it looks like I haven't slept in a month. By the way, I haven't slept in a month. People have been asking me about the Liv Morgan thing all week. And people are still asking me about it. So here's my take on the Liv Morgan thing. I've been critical of her for a long time because Liv Morgan is the quintessential hot blonde. No disrespect. You gotta do something more for me than that. You gotta do something more. You gotta give me something else. Being the hot blonde in the pro wrestling business full of hot blondes, you're not doing much for me. Sorry, Lana's the same way. Give me something else. What else you got? Because if you don't got anything else, I don't got anything for you. Okay? I got nothing for you. And you have to know going in, don't you? You have to know going in. You know what that's akin to? That's akin to being a bald white dude pro wrestler with a goatee. I mean, you know how many of those there are? They're bald white guys in the pro wrestling business, past, present, and future. You got to give me something better than that. You got to do something. I need something more than that. You know what I mean? And, because of WWE or because of, who they are or whatever. And not just Liv, but Mandy as well. Mandy Rose. I've been hard on Mandy Rose for a while for the same exact reason. So, yeah. That's my take on it. Not much of a take, right? Travis, I'm the social media director for High Velocity Wrestling. We're based out of Western North Carolina. My partner is the owner, Gary Benfield, owner and promoter. Please go check out. I've got links all over my page. Go check it out. Follow the page. Travis, that'd be awesome. And if you can, come to the show. We do need a hot garbage sound effect. That'd be great. It could be like a radio DJ. Hey guys, here we are back. And it's got like the sound effects and cartoon stuff. Get on everyone's nerves, make everyone want to kill me. Yeah. So, that's what I need. I need more enemies. AEW Cam, new Cam shows the whole face because rather. Yeah, well, Brian, you're right, but I have a tremendous forehead. But dude, it's a lot of Tom. I'm just not used to that. Here we are. I'm just not used to that. It's really odd for me. Jeff says Sonya must be someone else got engaged. Jeff, my man, as Lashley would say, Jeff, you, my friend, just won the no prize of the decade for Tom Clark's main event. Maybe not the decade. It might be a bit of a stretch. But you made a great point. Sonya Deville, is she upset that Liv Morgan got this angle and she didn't? Why in the world did Liv Morgan get this angle and Sonya Deville didn't? Is it because it's a little bit too real if Sonya gets it? Is Liv gay? I don't know if she is or not. Do you guys know? Because I have no idea. None of my business, for one thing. Is she just playing a character? It's a great point, Jeff, that had to be made, and thank you for making it. Great question. Sonya Deville comes out, and listen, let me tell you something. This goes back to what I was saying about Liv and Mandy both. So, Sonya Deville is not a straight lady wrestler. And guess what else she has? I'm listening. I got them on. What else does she got? Whether it's through her fault or WWE's fault, this is all that she has. That's it. Okay? Well, guess what? If that's all you got, you don't have anything. Because that'll work for 5 minutes, and then fans want something else. Don't you? Do you care who's gay or who's straight anymore in the bit? I don't. Okay? I don't care. I have never really cared, to be honest with you. What else have you got? It's harsh, I guess, to say it this way, but Kurt Angle claims that when he left WWE to go to TNA, that the comment about him having a gold medal, Vince McMahon supposedly said, yeah, that and a 50 cent will buy you a cup of coffee. Don't know if that's true or not. That's always a story that was told. I hate to be that guy, but dude, the fact that you're that persuasion and $1 will buy you a cup of coffee in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. What else have you got? And do I blame Sonya? No, not entirely. I don't. Here's what I will say. If she's not pushing back to the company saying, guys, I want more than this. I want more than what you're giving me. Then that's kind of her fault, isn't it? Isn't that true of everyone? Thanks, Rebecca. That was the idea for sure. Do you know where Amber Moon has been? She's been injured, hasn't she? Your winners in Best Tag Team and in Wrestling, Toy Collecting, Zach and Brian. Nice. If you haven't already, looked up High Velocity Wrestling on Facebook and check it out. Thank you, Toby. Toby doing some press for the company. Let's see. Brian says, Raw getting boring, getting Kevin Owens getting stronger, a push for Owens. Raw's been boring for years, my friend. Let me just tell you that. Agree. Robbie says, I'm late to the dinner table in the Liv Morgan situation. Could you fill me in on it? Robbie, I just talked a whole lot about Liv Morgan, man. Hopefully you heard some of it. Big Bad Booty Daddy and the screaming hot garbage for you on tape. That'd be awesome. But it won't work, Nate, because he can't say without cursing. So back in the day, we were in a group, and Gary will tell you, because he was there that night. Gary, were you there that night? I don't think you were there that night, Gary. I think you'd moved on. But we're in a group called the Elements of Darkness, and we had a lot of fun. It's how I broke in, and I have fond memories of that group, EOD, right? And so the plan was to turn one of the guys babyface, and he was going to turn by turning on me. And everyone knew that you don't hand Adam a live mic. It's a terrible idea because he can't talk, he froze up and he would curse a blue streak because he didn't know what else to do. He just panicked. So we're in the ring. The plan was he was going to, that we were talking, and he was going to shove me back in the corner and start putting the boots to me. And then my guys were going to jump from behind. We were going to lay him out and kick him out of the group because he was mouthing off to us. He'd lost the match and stuff. Well, in the middle of it, the ring announcer hands him the mic. Adam looks at me, and I'm going, no, don't talk, don't say anything, right? And Adam just starts yelling, and he's cursing. Dude, he called me curse words that don't even go together, okay? And I'm like, oh, my God. So we get back to the curtain after the whole spot's over. I'm like, dude, what was that? And he goes, I'm sorry, I panicked. I didn't know what to say. I have a great memory about that. I wish that was on tape somewhere. That'd be awesome. Anyway, there's your story for the day. You're welcome. Well, Big Show ever wrestle again? Doesn't Big Show have a TV show now on WWE Network, I think? The Big Show Show or something like that? Yeah, I don't know. Moon is hurt. Yes, that's what I've heard. Yeah, $3. You're right, Will, for sure. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on comments here. Linda said, hello, Linda. Happy New Year to you. We've talked a lot about Seth and EOP. I like it. I don't know that I love it, but I like it. What's up, Laura? Laura, have you watched the show before? Or do you think Corbin will ever be knocked off his high horse? Well, here... So, Laura, here's my answer to that, Laura. It's not about Corbin getting knocked off. It's about WWE knocking him off. They love Baron Corbin. If you didn't listen to that, come closer. They love Baron freaking Corbin. Why, you ask? I have no idea, but they love him. As sure as my kid's wearing a tie-dye t-shirt right now and trying to sneak in behind me. Actually, he's on the futon. There you go. Sure enough that they love freaking Baron Corbin. I don't know why. Shane says Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy's match are the best going on Raw. I agree with that. For sure. Jim, it's about time. Where you been, bro? Hey, Nate. Talk to you tomorrow, man. Nate and I are going to, and the boy are going to go see some wrestling tomorrow night. Should be fun. Brad says, I would love to see more people in WWE asking for their release just to see how many of them want out. Well, the fact that they allowed Harper to get out and Sin Cara, that's pretty big, right? We didn't see that coming at all. So for this to have been a 2019 year in review, we didn't talk a whole lot about 2019, but who's your wrestler of the year? Everybody watching, give me one name in your estimation who was the star of the year, who had the biggest, it only had to be the best night 2019, but who do you think was the wrestler of the year for 2019? Somebody give me some names. Everybody give me something. Who do you think? Who do you think? I'm sorry. I'm going with Okada. That's how I feel. I think Okada's best in the world. I think he proved it yet again in 2019. Happy New Year to you, Jim. Jim, who's your wrestler of the year for 2019? Ospreay. Lance, great choice. I love Will Ospreay. He did have a breakout year in New Japan for sure. I'm still going to stick with Okada. You know who else had a breakout year in 2019? If you can call it a breakout year for a veteran, Tomohiro Ishii, for sure. I think it's going to come with Sheamus. No, Earl, I don't see him teaming up with Cesaro again. I think it's old hat. I think they've done it. Tony says Moxley. Excellent choice, Tony. Linda says Becky Lynch. Great choice. I can't argue with that too much. Chuck says Adam Cole. Excellent choice. Chuck says Seth Rollins. I'm fine with that. I got another vote for Okada. Mark says AJ. I'm good with that too. Earl says Becky Lynch. Toby says Adam Cole. Tessa for the women. Victor says Io Shirai. Jim got Moxley. Nice. Chuck says Adam Cole. Rebecca says Pete Dunne. Great choice. Seth Rollins. Omega. Will says Omega. Interesting. Hello, Tom. What's up? Steve, I haven't been on in a while on a full-time basis, but thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. Trevor says Adam Cole, baby. Nice. Yes, Lance, Ishii is great every year. You're right about that. Kevin says Roman Reigns. Hot take. Brock Lesnar, 2019 Wrestler of the Year. Shane, I would dare say he made more money than anybody else. Shane, if you're basing off that, it is a money business. I'm not going to disagree with you at all on that because he worked the fewest amount of dates and probably got paid the most amount of money. If you can get that deal, you've done the smart move. Save your body, man. Save your body, right? For ring action alone, Ray Phoenix. Interesting, Stevie. Interesting take. Mark says, Moxley, quit, please.
I'm playing Fortnite.
Well, stop. No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Play Fortnite.
Get off the laptop, son. Such a distraction. Chuck says Tessa for the win. Stop, son. Becky. Michael says Becky. Walter. Mark says Walter. Nice choice. Cody, not being running for the title. That takes a big man to get others over. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Robbie. Cody's in the business of helping other guys, and he should be. Cody's over enough. He never needs that title. You guys know that, right? You give Cody Rhodes the AEW Championship, he's going to have the biggest heel run probably of all time. Because that's how he's going to run it, I think, whenever it does happen, if it does happen. Maybe he shouldn't have it. You know what I mean? Don't think he ever needs it. Tag Team of the Year, Toby says, Lucha Bros. I'll go with that. Adam Cole, baby. Yes, Aleister Black. Interesting take. Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. Chris Jericho. Kabuki Warriors. I still think this should have been the Kabuki Girls. Shayna Baszler. I'm sure that's the name that you meant to put, Tim. All of NXT, the best thing in 2019 plus AEW. Hey, if nothing else, we got AEW in 2019. You want to know why? Because they're a competitor for WWE, Tom. No, I didn't say that. Stop. We got AEW in 2019, which is a really, really good thing for the business. It's another place for these men and women to work. Another way for you to get some pro wrestling. Another set of talents and storylines and shows that you can get into and watch. And I enjoyed AEW. I still enjoy AEW. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like that there's not a pay-per-view every month. I don't think they ever need it. Maybe one day they'll get there. Jericho was good in 2019 for sure. Big Show is in WWE, Matthew. He's just not on TV. So I don't know. I don't think he has anything left to do. What's he got left to do? What else can you do with a guy that size? Honest to God, I'm okay if he did, but I don't think he needs to. Yeah, maybe surprise of the year could have been Bayley's heel turn. Maybe it was the worst kept secret of all time. Maybe, but they finally pulled the trigger on it. Ibushi had a great. Yeah, Kota Ibushi did have a great year. Not a fan of his look, but my daughters say he looks like an anime star. Larry, tell your daughter she's exactly right. I think that's what they're going for. The hair in the eyes looks like a boy band. You got him a boy band, so. Earl says, now that Fire and Desire is being teased to break up, do you see Paige aligning herself with either one of them as a manager? No, I don't see Paige on TV right now. That's just my opinion, but I could be wrong. Tessa would also be a good choice. Yep. Keith Lee had a great year as well. Yes, he did. NWA the best new franchise. Well, I can't say the new franchise. Well, Shane, you better believe it. HVW's taking over, baby. That's what we're doing. High Velocity Wrestling. 2020. Are you tired? Someone's taking a nap on the futon, looks like. So, thank you, Shane, for that. Yeah. Don't know if NWA be the best new franchise. The group's been around for over 100 years, but no, I get your point. Well, how do we do today, folks? You guys happy? I had fun. Didn't you have fun? I'm choked up. So I thought someone was going to sleep. Turns out he's not.
I am going to sleep.
Are you sure? Well, you should. We're getting ready to get out here and go to... Are you hungry?
Yeah.
No, you can't be hungry. You ate a little while ago. Laura says AEW is giving WWE a run for their money when people want out of WWE for not being used. But Laura, here's the deal. Even without AEW not being there, people always want out of WWE. Call it for what it is. Even Tony Khan's company didn't exist in any form or fashion, people would still want out of WWE. They do. It's just that they see AEW as being an option, a viable landing place now. But there's other companies to work for. I get what you're saying, but I still don't know if I see AEW giving anybody a run for them. Well, Ring of Honor probably, right? But not WWE. I just don't see it. You know how WWE, if WWE, this is a big fat freaking if, but if WWE ever gets to the point of being in trouble, and by the way, I don't think they ever will, but if the 0 hour ever comes for that company, do you want to know why it's going to be? Because they did it to themselves. Who's going to take out Walmart? Well, everybody thinks Amazon is. But if Walmart ever goes under, it's going to be because of Walmart's own hand, because they didn't make the right moves at the right time, made the wrong decisions, put their money in one space when they should have put it somewhere else, and didn't have enough resources and the right people at the top to weather the storm. But isn't that true of every company, whether it's pro wrestling or not? Right? Wouldn't that make sense? So that's my take on that. That's my take. Who'd be the best? Who'd be the breakout for 2020? Chuck, you know what? I don't know, and that's the fun part of this whole deal. We all get to find out together. Shane McMahon, Star of the Year. Fine, nice. Yes, sir. Ain't you the new stand-up pro wrestling for sure? Brad, thank you, man. Thank you, Toby. Mark, I appreciate it. All right, guys, I think we are going to get out of here. Listen, everybody, I'm not going to dwell on this much on social media. Maybe random time to time I will. I want to say a very quick thank you again to everyone out there who has sent their prayers and well wishes and warm thoughts to me and my family during the past 3 weeks. It's meant a lot to me and to my kid. And to, you can't see yourself because, I had the cameras in there. It's meant a lot to me and my family, to my son, to my family, to my mom. So thank you again for everybody for being there and providing some comforting words. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys, everybody, for early. I don't know Jimmy Cordes, but I know who you're talking about. Stop.
There was new comments.
I know, but don't scroll up. What are you thinking? All right, I'm getting out of here, man. Don't eat all my jerky. So we're getting out of here, man. Thanks again for everything. We will be back next week. We'll try to always stay in touch with you guys and let you know if we can or can't be here on certain days. I don't want any jerky.
I got a big piece of jerky.
I see. Talk about a big piece of jerky. Nothing?
I made a Carolina Reaper beef jerky.
Yeah, it's really hot, but he was fine because he's all about the hot stuff.
I
all
had
right.
to get ice cream.
Okay, well, that's all. We're getting out of here. Thank you guys as well. I really appreciate you guys hanging out as always. Thanks for being there for us all the time. And we're out of here. We will see you next time. Say bye. We'll see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.